Have to be back before it is dawn or dark so that you're not eaten up. We end up finishing 2 to 4 bottles of Old Monk. I spotted her killing. We thought we'll die. I had no money to gift her anything. I wish I could have gone to Maldives with few of my girlfriends, but I feel traveling is very important.
Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another very exciting episode of Travel Secrets. Been there, seen that. I'm Sashi Krishnan and today I'm joined with a very special guest, a very eminent artist, Mr. Divyaman Singh. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
It's an absolute honor to have you here.
Pleasure is mine.
So, I think we should just kick off today's interview with the most important question there is to ask.
Yes.
How has nature inspired you and played a very key role in your art pieces?
Nature has been a very important aspect in my life. I belong to my native place is Bihar, so I belong to Bihar, and I grew up in a farmland, you can say. We belong to a landlord family, so nature has always been around us, and little bit of traveling to the nearby places where we live. It's all about nature, jungle, river belts. So it has been a great influence in my life, which later on came, I inculcated those things in my art. So most of my artworks are formless, which has landscapes, color combinations of showing horizon and stuff like that. So nature has been a part of it.
So, you mentioned that you grew up in Bihar, and of course, your childhood must have been there must have been a lot of experiences in your childhood that, paved the way for this to be your career path. So, what's your journey? We would all like to know how it all began, where it started.
So my grandfather, maternal side, my nana, was was a very big artist, and he was influenced. He was a self-taught artist, majorly influenced by Bengal School of Arts, and but he died in a very early age, at the age of 34, 35. From my grandfather, the art came to my mother.
So, it was passed down.
And from my mother, it came to me. So I started doing painting, watercolor painting, with my mother at the age of 6 or 7,
Right.
which I continued till the school
So, it's
times.
something that you've been doing for
Yeah.
a very long time.
So till 1998, 1999, I did my art in the school. And then I left it for good 15 years because I shifted to Bombay, and then work took place and the other parts happened. So art went away, basically. And now it has come back, I think the year 2015. I met my girlfriend, who is my wife now, and I had no money to gift her anything. So I thought there was a time when I used to paint. You go to office, she's a journalist. So you go to office, come back in the night, I'll gift you something. So I made a tiger for her.
So, you painted it?
Painted the tiger for her, and that's it. The art came back, and I was
So, just lost somewhere.
lost somewhere. The art came back. I started again. I was doing. I was working somewhere in a transport company as a manager. In 1 year time, I left that job. I took it seriously. It just came in.
So, it was very natural.
Natural. Nothing was planned. So that time until now, the journey has been very good.
So, I'm from Mumbai. I'm a hardcore Mumbai girl. And you mentioned that you grew up for some time in Mumbai.
In 15 years.
15 years, that's a long time. So, and you were in Mumbai around.
So 1998 till 2013.
So, we of course would be delighted if you share your experience in Mumbai with us. What are your go-to places, essentials to do in Mumbai?
So Mumbai, during those Those days, Mumbai had a particular places where you can go for clubbing, party. Yeah, so college students, we always wanted to party, especially the boy like me who was always notorious. So our go-to places was, there was a place called Athena's in Kolaba. So we used to go to Athena's. Then a couple of places in Bandra.
Oh, of course.
So the favorite garage, Toto's garage, we used to go there. So South Mumbai and Bandra, between South Mumbai and Bandra are the places. Yes, how can I forget? Velocity in near Pedder Road, Velocity. So those places. So that was for clubbing. For eating and all, again, during festival times,
Right.
we used to go to Muhammad Ali Road to eat.
Oh, that's amazing, of course.
And Kolaba and VT area always have something to offer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Bombay is a eating place, actually. Yeah.
Of course, Bombay is just amazing. The vada pav, the pav bhaji, and everything that it has for.
That time, the helmets, I had a bike, so helmets were not allowed. I mean, helmets were okay not to wear.
Really? Now they become very strict with it.
They started in 2001 onwards, but that 3 years of period, 98 to 2000, the helmets were not compulsory. The majority of my hair has I have lost by riding. So I used to travel by BST bus, bike, local train, and in South Mumbai area, walking was the best thing.
Of course, Marine Drive.
Marine Drive, Kolaba, Nariman Point, and all of that. So Bombay has been fun always.
course.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you've gone to a lot of places, and one of the places that you really thoroughly enjoyed is somewhere in Darjeeling. So, if you could tell us a little bit about that experience of yours, because of course, Darjeeling is a beautiful place and must have inspired you in your art.
Yes, recently, 2 years ago, me and my wife, we drove down from here to Darjeeling. And I went to Darjeeling after 1986. So, we did not go to Darjeeling. Darjeeling, just 35 kilometers before Darjeeling, there's a place called Mane Bhajang. I have a friend living there. And Mane Bhajang is a village which is the last village. From there, you travel to a place called Sandakphu. Sandakphu is a trekker's paradise. Across the world, people come there to trek.
So it's one of like the hidden gems.
Hidden gem, you can say. They have not. The government has not done a lot as a PR, commercial, and all of that. They have a government vehicle from Mane Bhajang. You can't even take your own personal vehicle to Sandakphu because the roads are very narrow, and they have government jeeps, Land Rovers, all of that, four-wheel drives,
Right.
and expert drivers who can take you there. Otherwise, a lot of accidents have been happened traveling on that road. But Sandakphu, once you reach just before Sandakphu, there's a jungle, a patch of jungle which comes. That jungle, so what government has done. Have you heard of red panda?
Of course. Yeah, they're in danger now.
So they preserve red pandas in that jungle. There's a proper vicinity made,
So it's like a proper sanctuary.
proper sanctuary, but again not commercialized. Once you reach Sandakphu, it's a breathtaking place as it is the last point where you can stand and see Kanchenjunga right in front of you. And on the left hand side, you can see Mount Everest, ranges of Mount Everest.
And you went, I'm assuming, at like a very good time. This weather must have been great.
We went in the month of December, first week of
Must
December.
have been very cold.
We were not prepared as a typical Delhiite. We went just like that. And the temperature was -4 degrees that time. So we could not sleep in the night. I was fighting with my wife. I didn't even have the energy to fight with my wife because I was like, I don't know, I'm going to die.
The contrast between the Delhi
Yes.
weather and
And
-3 degrees.
since it's a trekker's place, they have built the huts. What they have built, the huts are built of wood, because wood gives you a little bit of warmth.
Warmth.
So
Yes.
nothing is made of cement, you know. It's all wood. And because it is all wood, you're not allowed to fire anything. So
Because it
there's
will
no
catch on fire.
bonfire,
Yeah.
there is nothing. What they could give us was a hot water bag, which was
Wow.
just good enough to
Get
make
you to sleep for a few
give me
hours.
some warmth on my feet or something. But then we could not sleep. We end up finishing 2 to 4 bottles of Old Monk neat
Classic.
to survive. But the best part is 4 o'clock in the morning. We saw, so the border area has Sakshastra Sema Bal, the army people, and they were flag posting 4 in the morning. So that was one of the very good, one of the good vision we had.
times.
Yeah, good memories. And yes, it was breath. People used to walk, trek till Kanchenjunga.
Or they would manage to trek.
They were trekking, so they have a professional
Did you
guides
did you
with
also
you.
trek?
No, no. I was dying to come back, come down to earth. But we were there for one night.
It
It was
sounds like a beautiful,
beautiful. You
breathtaking
can Google it. It's called Sandakfu. Talking about Mane Bhajan. Mane Bhajan is a green area. From Mane Bhajan, you can see Kanchenjunga, Sandakfu. But Mane Bhajang itself is a beautiful place. So Mane Bhajang does not have a trekking area which goes up. It takes you down the hill.
Downhill.
So you go like 10 kilometers down where the rivers are flowing, and then you come back.
That must be quite an
You have leopards walking on the way.
on the path.
On the path. So you have to, when you go down, you have to be back before it is dawn or dark, so that you're not eaten up. And but it was good. What really surprised me is the business aspect. When we were traveling to Sandakfu, we were crossing Nepal 2 3 times. The roads were as such. It used to go to Nepal and come back to India. Nepal, come back to India. Yes, it was like very adjacent crossing. And throughout I saw homestay. People people are doing business
Right, of course, commercialized.
with the
More
nature
cottage and
where there is nothing, just nothing. And still the business is going on. Very subtle way. But that was a good part to see.
that people are still going
People,
on
yeah.
thriving in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
small, of course. So, like you mentioned, you have gone to a lot of other places, and one of the places that you also told us that you really enjoyed going to was the Maldives. And
Yes.
yes, of course, Maldives is a very tropical destination to go to, and completely different from this breathtaking.
I wish I could have gone to Maldives with few of my girlfriends, but I could not. I had to go with my wife. We
But
went.
how was-
We went with. It's a beautiful place. We went. We went for our honeymoon,
Aw.
actually, and the island is called. In Maldives, you have like 200 plus islands. So one island is one hotel.
Wow.
So
Right.
this table is an island. So that part of island, the hotel was called Kurumba. Kurumba Island. It's one of the oldest in Maldives. You can take a round of the entire island, and you have activities going on throughout. You know, somewhere they are dancing. There are bars which are made on the shore, on the sand. You're standing on the sea and drinking, enjoying the sea. The sea is beautiful.
Of course.
The color is beautiful. Little bit of baby sharks are there to trouble you, but they don't bite.
Did you go swimming in the ocean?
Yes, you can swim in the ocean.
So were you troubled by the sharks?
I was once, and I shouted, and the shark came out to my room. But yes, it was nice experience. You have so every island, every hotel has 4 to 5 cuisines to serve you, so you're not stuck with one kind of, just
You're
food.
surrounded.
Yeah,
an option.
The view is amazing. You are just
Sure.
you just find yourself in the middle of the sea. The connectivity is amazing. You can travel anywhere from there. It's a beautiful place. I believe Maldives, Mauritius, Seychelles, they are all very
Tropical, very
tropical and
amazing to go when you just feel like you need a break from the
yes, from
monotony
the
of your
sound,
life. Yeah.
from the sound.
So you've had a lot of interesting traveling experiences, and all of them sound amazing. But of course, there have to be some mishaps. So, what was one traveling adventure that turned into a huge misadventure for you?
So we were traveling from Kuala Lumpur to Langkawi, one of the island, and it was a good 8 hours journey by boat. While we were traveling, suddenly the sea went a little wild, and the wind changed and everything. We thought we'll die because our boat was very small. The entire crew was in the boat, and it was going 90-degree up and falling down 90-degree down.
On a very small boat.
Very small boat.
Okay.
The crew was not very big. And it was taking a turn right to left, swinging. People inside started vomiting. Some of them
You chose
started.
to go at a very
Some of them
dicey
started
time.
praying. Me and my friend, we had a little bit vodka left with us. So we started drinking because anyways we're going to die, we thought.
That's the spirit.
As a spirit. But we got saved, but the experience was very dramatical and scary because
I'm sure.
I'm a person who doesn't know how to swim. I can't swim.
Oh.
So I was anyways half dead.
I mean, I'm sure there were life jackets.
There were life jackets, but the sea was so
Yeah,
wild
that's true. Yeah. Of course, must
that
be
I
scary.
think that was the first time I saw sea in a very close range. When the boat used to come down, it used to hit the water, and then it used to take left turn. When it used to take a left turn, the entire sea water used to come
Come
on
onto the
top of
right.
the boat. And that was a close range for me. I'm scared of sea.
I'm sure. I mean, after this experience, anyone would
I'm
be.
scared of sea as much as I love it in the sea shores. I am scared now because I saw the actual depth of the water, how scary it is. If you are not a professional swimmer,
Well-versed with.
you're well versed with swimming, nothing can save you actually.
That's
So that was one of the scary part of the journey till now. What I had experience, it was quite bad.
Still sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm alive now, so it is fun.
So, of course, you're very well versed with traveling. You've gone to a lot of places. One very important question that everyone would want to know ideally is how has all this traveling played such a vital role in your career? I mean, how has it inspired you in your art pieces? And how do you inculcate it in your pieces?
See, travel is something. So you have one source of education, which is books,
Of course.
and the other source of education is traveling. So even if you don't have a career or you have not planned anything what you will do in life, still if you can travel, the amount of knowledge and the experience you gain is amazing. So I especially believe, though I travel very less, but wherever I have traveled, I especially believe you get to know many things, you learn. And few of the things which you learn, which you really like, you bring it back with you. Obviously, when you like something, it is always in the part behind your mind, subconsciously. And in my case, when I paint, everything comes out. So I went to Sandakphu, I saw Kanchenjunga. After 2-3 months, I had one exhibition in Bikaner House, and I made a painting of Kanchenjunga.
And it was one of the pieces
One
of
of-
the
yeah,
exhibition.
yeah. So that's how you inculcate. So traveling, I feel traveling is very important. Plus, it calms you down. It gives you a break from the rut of life. I'm a driving freak kind of a guy. I love to drive. If you get to drive,
So you like road
amazing
trips?
road trips. My wife is also crazy road tripper, so she loves to. We fight who will drive, who will drive. So traveling is must. One should always travel, and one should always travel and enjoy and learn from it.
That's very valuable piece of information. Now, travel aside, let's talk a little bit about your art.
Okay.
How do you think art is a very liberating experience for you? And what are the emotions that you experience and you put into your artwork? Because it's such a beautiful career to have, and I've seen some of your pieces actually, and they're so beautiful.
Thank you.
And what exactly goes on in your head when you create something? We would like to know.
So the kind of a person you become, art, when you're making a painting, when you're taking an empty canvas, your emotions right from the beginning, since the time you've been born till now, your experience, your likeness, your dislikeness, your pain, your sorrow, your grief, your happiness, everything which you're carrying in yourself. If you are inclined towards painting, so you are an artist, you will paint that.
So it's inspired with your experiences.
Inspired by the totality of your life, and also there is a kind of a there's a kind of a answer you're looking for. So it depends on individuality. So when I paint, I want to paint something which has more depth in it, uh, which is not very usual kind of a thing available in the market, which has my language, my nature, me as myself coming out on the canvas. Uh, and there's a search of an answer. The question, yeah. And you go deeper, deeper, deeper. The more you paint, the more refined you become. You evolve more. It is. It is. It is philanthropic. It is philosophical, and it has a lot of research work also. So any subject. I have an upcoming exhibition in Bikaner House in the month of August. We are starting on 21st of August.
Okay.
It's a 5-day exhibition. Yes. So I'm an oil artist. I play with oil. I am going to showcase 3 different themes in this exhibition. Then the entire exhibition is called Light as Creation. I have a different theme. One is Earth Song, where I have projected the planetary system and solar system. I have taken subject like moon, sun, earth, but again, uh, the way I have made it, it's different.
It's different.
It's different.
Abstract.
Yeah, abstract version, semi-abstract, abstract. Then we have a theme called Vriksha. So I've taken a subject of tree,
That's interesting. Yeah.
where I'm trying to showcase the story of a tree, which has seen many civilizations standing in front of you,
Just one tree
and
that
has
gone
yes,
through.
and has a lot of things to tell you about, and how trees is so important for human being. They're all interconnected.
Of course.
So the journey of a tree, where I've written 2 poems also on the tree. So all of that
while doing art, you also write poems.
I do sometimes. So in this exhibition, I have my 2 poems also.
That are being displayed.
Yes,
Wow. Okay.
and the last is landscape. So light as a creation, this is what we're going to showcase in the exhibition.
What do you think has been one piece of yours that truly describes your journey as an artist? What one specific piece of yours which you've given your everything to and which is very important and close to your heart?
But I think that's a question which an artist cannot answer, you know.
That's true.
Every piece of work an artist is making is very close to the heart. So difficult for me to distinguish which one is good. But yes, there have been some of the pieces which has no form in it. So what I've tried to do is try to play with the colors, which has no form, and the painting is based on horizon. So there are a couple of pieces in that.
Okay. And there's one more place that you were told us about, Bandhavgarh.
Bandhavgarh
Yeah,
National Park.
National
Have you
Park.
heard of Bandhavgarh?
Of course, it's one of the biggest national parks and sanctuaries of
Yeah,
India.
Tiger Reserve.
Yeah. So tigers are definitely being endangered right now and they're at a threat. And this national park has done a great job in preserving them. So,
Yes.
how was your experience going to this place?
Uh, Part of my family from my grandmother's side are from Madhya Pradesh.
Right.
So while I was growing back at my native, we used to travel to Bandhavgarh a lot. My cousins also have resorts in Bandhavgarh. So we do a lot of safaris. It's a great place, you know.
I'm sure.
And the tiger is an animal like sea, like Kanchenjunga, like Taj Mahal, all of those things. We have this great animal called tiger.
Of course.
And when you see that animal, it's breathtaking.
I'm sure
It's
it's a
breathtaking.
beautiful animal.
It's an amazing experience. I have one of the incident where the tiger actually walked in towards our jeep, and it was actually standing right under my nose.
But we were lucky enough to spot a tiger because usually when people go for these safaris,
I've always spotted tigers, always, whether it's Bandhavgarh National Park or Ranthambore,
oh, you managed to spot one in Ranthambore too?
always.
I did not. We went thrice, and every single time we went, we failed.
Oh, always.
So you definitely got to see a lot of tigers. And
Recently, you have heard of an tigress. She just passed away, called Arrowhead from Ranthambore. Recently, she was a granddaughter of Machli. Machli was one of the biggest
tigers.
name in tiger. This thing. So when Arrowhead was just 4 years old, I went to see her. I spotted her killing, doing the hunt. And 2 years ago, I went to Ranthambore. I saw her. She was in a very bad state. So she lived for 14 years, a good life. So you also want to follow that particular tiger, you know. Once you see that, you want to know the history, how ferocious they were, how graceful they were, what they have done in their entire life.
It's a very graceful, majestic.
Very inspirational, you know. You take things from them.
And it's a very majestic animal.
It is majestic.
So have you painted any pieces with tigers
No.
or any? I was assuming that this would inspire you in one of your pieces, but overall, this has been a great conversation, and I'm so honored to have you here.
Pleasure is
And
mine. Thank you so much for having me.
thank you so much, and this has been a great episode. And if you enjoyed this episode and you would like to check out more, then please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you all for the next episode. This is Sashi Krishnan signing off.